Of weather moving in here. Right now, things are starting to actually calm down a little bit for us across greater Cincinnati. We do still have some thunderstorms moving through Adams County. West Union, you're seeing a lot of that heavy rainfall starting to move out of town for you. It's south of Peebles, kind of split between Peebles there. We still have some thunder and lightning coming down for some areas just outside of Brown County as well. But things are much quieter now compared to how much more active it was earlier this afternoon and earlier this evening. We had those thunderstorms that produced some hail. This one here in particular, the one that's still moving throughout Adams County, did have a line of hail with it and some reports of some hail as well. So a pretty decently sized storm there. As we go through the rest of tonight, still not completely out of the woods for seeing some more rainfall, especially the closer to tomorrow morning we get, the better chance we have of seeing some thunderstorms moving through is going to be. Across greater Cincinnati right now, we still have a couple of areas of some light rainfall throughout southeastern Indiana. And as we head into tonight, closer to about midnight, if not a couple of hours after, we still have that chance of seeing some more activity moving through. Rain and thunderstorms will be a possibility here overnight tonight into tomorrow morning. This brings us the chance of some heavy rainfall. This brings the chance of some lightning and thunder. And then on top of that, severe weather is still a possibility here late tonight into tomorrow morning. Now fast forward all the way to tomorrow, closer to about 9-10 o'clock in the morning. If we can see this break in the rain, it is very possible that we wind up with a very busy afternoon tomorrow with severe weather rolling through here. The SPC actually has us in a moderate risk of severe weather for tomorrow. That's level 4 out of 5 for the likelihood that we end up seeing these storms becoming organized enough that they produce severe weather. So by 3 o'clock in the afternoon tomorrow, it is entirely possible that we see some of these little cells moving through here. And these cells have that potential to become strong, if not severe. The shape of some of these cells as well is a little bit telling for tomorrow. It's looking like some of these try to take a supercell shape to them, so that's something we'll be keeping a very close eye on. Again, the time frame you want to be paying most attention to the weather tomorrow, aside from in the morning, is going to generally be from about 4 o'clock in the afternoon until about 9 o'clock in the evening tomorrow night, and then everything starts to quiet down for us for a little bit. So that severe weather threat for tomorrow, here's that moderate risk of severe weather by the SPC. Areas east of I-75 and closer to I-70, it's looking like there potentially is going to be an area in there that has the most potential for these storms really materializing and meeting their maximum potential in terms of severity. Tuesday, middle of the day, that's going to be what tells us everything, whether or not we end up seeing those storms rolling through here, because if we see too much rainfall, see too much clutter in the sky with tomorrow morning's activity, and then even into tomorrow middle of the day, that could limit the severe weather potential for us here tomorrow afternoon. But still keeping a very close eye on that 4 to 9 o'clock time frame for the greatest threat of severe weather for us. Again, all modes on the table, potential for some hail, damaging wind, tornadoes, and then heavy rainfall, of course, too, on top of all of that. Wednesday is going to be much cooler around here. Wednesday, actually, I think it's going to feel cold compared to the last couple of days. And on top of that, we also still have some showers on the way for Wednesday. So definitely not going to be a nice day out there once these storms pass tomorrow. So tomorrow is an alert day. That's why it's in red rather than our traditional yellow icon. Then past that, Wednesday temperatures in the 50s and 40s, Thursday 40s around here to wrap up the work week, and then heading into next week, of course, keeping a close eye on that forecast for Monday. Chris and Ashley.